Welcome back to Better or Worse Than Transformers, where we take a TV show or a movie and tell you whether it is better or worse than the most mediocre movie ever made, Michael Bay's Transformers. I am your host, Joseph. With me are my co-hosts, Ian.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
And Christian.
What's up?
So this week we're going to go over Annihilation and tell you whether it is better or worse than Transformers. But first, I think we're going to cover a bit of the news.
Quite a bit to talk about this week, Ian. You're our news source.
Yeah, so one of the first things we wanted to talk about is there's confirmed that Joss Whedon, who directed both Avengers movies, I don't know what he did, Firefly on TV.
Yep, Buffy.
He's been attached to direct the DC Universe's Batgirl movie.
Okay, on that note, pause real fast though. He also did the Justice League reshoots. Like the version of Justice League you see in theaters.
And that's a big leave out. Yeah,
it's Joss Whedon's Justice League.
And Joseph?
So recently, Joss Whedon had it come out that previously been considered a big feminist supporter, and it's been kind of part of his identity. And then his ex-wife has come out and said that he is kind of a serial adulterer.
It's just a bit to get laid.
And yeah, exactly. And so I don't know if that's the reason that he's off this project, but realistically, I think it's probably for the best that he's not the guy helming this.
For sure,
if it goes anywhere.
DC doesn't want to hear that story come back up.
No, absolutely not.
It came up during Justice League. They don't want it to come out when they put out Batgirl.
The shine's kind of off on him. I mean, he's ever since Avengers 1, he's kind of slowly had a downfall. Like, Avengers Age of Ultron was well received, and he had problems with Marvel, I guess, producing, because they wanted him to throw in all this extra stuff, and he had a problem with it. And then he did Justice League reshoots, which, that Justice League movie wasn't well received. I know you guys seem to think it's okay.
It's all right.
And I know he had a leaked Wonder Woman script come out that people think is really bad.
Yeah, I've heard it's not very good.
I didn't read it. I heard it's awful.
So I think he's kind of having a free fall a little bit.
I think you summed it up perfectly. He's just Joss Whedon's shine is gone. It peaked with Avengers 1.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he made it. That movie was hard to make, and
he kills it.
The way he brings everyone in there.
But I don't care to see another Joss Whedon movie, and I don't really need a Batgirl movie.
No, I guess not.
It's just not a character that I'm dying to see on screen.
I mean, I agree with you, but that's kind of why I think it would be a good movie, is because I think this is the time to start digging out some of the lesser known properties, so you have more range.
If you were Marvel, but you're DC, you haven't even done your main.
Let's get their main guys right.
I mean, I disagree with that, because I think it would be hard to bring back another Superman or Batman movie in the next 5 years, because people are so burnt out and you fucking it up. So I think the way to go is, I mean, that's what they're trying to do with the Lobo movie, but I think you go deeper cuts and make a good movie, and then from that point, once you've established the outside characters, work back into your main properties. Maybe do little cameo or mentions, just references to a larger universe. But
I think I'd be okay with that if it wasn't all the Bat family.
Sure.
They've talked about a Nightwing movie.
Oh, but I'd love a Nightwing movie.
Sure, I would. I'm fine with that. But I'm saying if we're going for second tier characters, let's just get out of the Bat family alone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hopefully Aquaman, something like that. Something different, the character. But I did not like... I love Jason Momoa. I did not like Aquaman in Justice League.
I thought he was fine in the movie. James Wan is really the thing that's got me excited for that movie.
Agreed.
Underwater action, it's never been done cool.
No.
If they can make that cool, it could be something different.
It could be.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
The next one is the Transformers movies are going to be rebooted after the Bumblebee movie. And, I was telling Joseph before we started recording today that, I don't even have, Transformers is a good movie we picked for this because it's so middling. I don't even have strong feelings about it. Kind of like all the other, it's the very middle of the road, like all the other Michael Bay ones. So I think a change of pace could be good.
Yeah, I have, Bumblebee is made by somebody else. So I think it's an odd choice to go ahead and be like, oh, yeah, we're probably going to reboot it before that movie comes out. Unless you're basically just saying, we don't like what happened with these characters, and we had already decided we were going to make this movie. We just, we want to get Optimus Prime right, or you want to get Megatron right, and so you're just going to scrap it after this. I guess I can understand. It does kind of seem foreboding that Bumblebee is not going to be the salvation of the Transformers franchise, though. How can it not be with Haley Steinfeld and John Cena in it?
That's my favorite part about the Bumblebee movie is John Cena's the star.
You know what?
I'm WWE fame.
I'm glad that they're going to the 1980s, and that's I don't really need a time jump, but it kind of separates itself. But I'm also glad that Bumblebee is actually going to be a Volkswagen Beetle like he is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it.
So the Bumblebee movie takes place in the 80s, right?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Yeah, it's in the past, and I think it's directed by the guy who did Kubo and the Two Strings. It's an animated
I didn't know
movie.
that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
So
That
I like that movie.
Yeah, Kubo's good.
But I think 5 years ago this probably would have been starring The Rock. But I think
for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
But he's now past that, so good for The Rock.
Realistically, I'm ready for something that's not The Rock.
Yeah.
And I've liked John Cena in things that he's been in. Don't get me wrong.
for sure.
That's a weird combo to like headline a movie.
Yeah.
But all right.
And I do think if we're talking Transformers, our movie to rate, that Bumblebee's probably the best actor in that movie.
Are you talking? Wait,
the CGI Transformer is probably the best actor in
Yeah, I mean,
Transformers.
everyone likes Bumblebee, and
What he does is this with the car stereo because he can't talk. I mean, that's just great.
he's not real.
I think the only reason that's endearing is because he doesn't get an opportunity to irritate you with like just terrible writing dialogue.
Yeah, no.
Like all the rest of them.
Yeah,
The dialogue for the Transformers are horrible. Like, as bad as you think the human characters are, like, I just think of the two, like, super racist, like, brother robots from the second one.
They are.
Oh, it's bad.
really bad.
Especially the ones where you can tell they were like, oh, we're going to appeal to an African-American audience. And then, like, jazz is...
That's how Michael Bay thinks, though.
It is.
I'm going to play into the stereotypes.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, what's next?
Mark Hamill there's been rumors going around, and this started through Twitter. You might be able to explain this better than me, but him and James Gunn, who's the director of Guardians 1, Guardians 2, started tweeting to each other about a possible role for Mark Hamill, who's Luke Skywalker, in Guardians 3.
Yeah, I think someone tweeted at James Gunn first about including Mark Hamill. Or maybe it was reversed. Maybe it was someone tweeted at Mark Hamill about being in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then James Gunn was like, yeah, let's make it happen. Let's do it. And
they're like, hey, we live right down the street from each other. If you want to talk about it, DM me and you can just stop on by kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm all about it. Mark Hamill should be in every space epic.
See, I think it would be great because he's so good as the Joker voice acting. Like, make him a CGI person. You know,
No.
I want to see Luke Skywalker.
No, 100%.
Absolutely.
I agree. I think that'd be cooler, but he can do a lot because he's dedicated. You know, he's shown that he can do voice acting. You know, and he also could be. He did great as Last Jedi. I mean,
That's what I'm
I like him in that movie.
Yeah.
I do.
For all the divisive opinions about Last Jedi, I thought Mark Hamill was killing it with his first like real face role
in a long time.
I don't know, since The Trickster maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
he does. He is the trickster on the new Flash as well. So,
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I think he's definitely not something people. I guess people quibbled about how he ended that. You know, instead I think a lot of people want him to go after Kylo Ren, but
That's
think
not really his fault. That's writing.
But I think he acted that very, very well. So I think it was well done.
Yeah.
I like where they took his character. A lot of people were not happy about it.
Either way, he should be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Absolutely.
Kristen Wiig is rumored to be the villain in Wonder Woman 2
Yes.
as Cheetah.
It is an odd choice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Kristen Wiig.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like her shtick. You know, but I'm not a big fan of straight comedy. So I think like Ghostbusters not my favorite. Bridesmaids also.
The first half of Bridesmaids I thought was hilarious. It's when it kind of takes like a more serious turn. I didn't care for it. She's in some movie I guess recently that's kind of like a horror psychological thriller. I didn't see it, but she's supposed to be really good in it. And it's a pretty dark character, and I've heard that that's kind of the basis, or what a lot of more people are expecting her to be like in that film. I mean, she was also in
The Martian.
The Martian, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I think. She hardly speaks in it.
Yeah, but she's also
it's
kind of
just
a
side
comedic
character.
relief in
Yeah.
that movie. So
Yeah,
I don't remember her much in it.
I mean,
just that she's there.
traditionally, comedians who go into more dramatic roles, I feel like
do well.
do better than dramatic actors going into comedic roles anyway.
Well, I've heard comedy is harder to act than
Right.
drama. So I mean,
I know
I think
she
she
went
could do
drama
well.
in the movie with Matt Damon we had recently, Downsizing.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
didn't
that's
see
right.
it.
I
I
didn't
didn't
watch
see
it, so yeah,
Yeah.
it looked weird.
I heard it wasn't
Looked
good.
like a Black Mirror episode.
I feel like you say that about
bad
50% of movies now.
Anything sci-fi.
I mean, Cheetah is a character that I think people wanted to see with the first Wonder Woman. I'm glad that that's where we're going with the second one. It's supposed to be set in the Cold War, which is an
and
interesting
I hear Steve
choice.
Trevor might come back, which I don't see how that would be
Yeah,
possible.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think
Yeah.
that's more fans starting stuff on the internet than actual.
Yeah, I don't think that's come from Patty Jenkins, but like the stories I read mention him maybe coming back with the other. What's the Howling Command? No, that's Captain America. What's the group that she was with called? I don't remember.
But
yeah, the other
DC Howling Commandos.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. Her other people are going to come back with her.
We'll see it.
I mean, he totally could have jumped out of the plane.
Yeah,
well,
I guess.
I think we already said last week about what we thought about Wonder Woman. So
let's keep going.
We don't need to go down that again. Antoine
Fuqua.
and is attached to do Scarface, a remake. He's directed The Equalizer with Denzel. Mm-hmm. I think they're making number 2, which he also did.
Didn't he do the Magnificent Seven reboot?
Maybe Equalizer 2 is not him.
Hang on a second. Didn't Antoine Fuqua also do like Training Day?
Yeah, he did Training Day.
Okay, hang on. Why would we
start with the good one?
Why would we fucking start with Magnificent Seven?
I don't remember
those are
that
like the most recent ones he's done.
Yeah, Equalizer.
Well, he also did End of Watch. I mean, that was like 4 or 5 years ago now.
End of Watch is the guy who did Suicide Squad.
David
is it? I'm sorry. That's my bad. I'm wrong.
Watch, yeah.
But no, your Training Day is amazing.
Training Day is amazing.
Denzel's best movie for me. It overcomes Ethan Hawke, who I don't really like.
Crazy talk. I watched Mission Impossible last night.
But yeah, I think I love Scarface. I think that Al Pacino. Who directed that?
The original Scarface?
Yeah. Brian De Palma.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that's just it's a classic gangster movie.
Way to pull that out of your butt,
no
man.
kidding.
I know.
Yeah. So it's just a straight gangster, get money movie. Everyone, I'm sure, has seen Scarface. It's very vulgar, but if you're into, crazy accents and a lot of violence, and Michelle Pfeiffer looking like really skinny, like unhealthy skinny. It's a good movie.
See, it's funny because I didn't see Scarface until like just a couple of years ago. So it was well past my adolescence and like early college years, and so I saw it and it did nothing for me. The effects were bad, the acting was way over the top. The action and violence didn't do anything for me, so I was like,
you probably aged out of it.
No, I think I did,
yeah.
and so like to hear that there's a remake doesn't like interest me, but then you attach Anton Fuqua and
Diego Luna,
and the lead is supposed to be Diego Luna, who was
Cassian
Andor in Rogue One.
Again, props. I totally forgot his character's name in that movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are both things that I'm interested in. I'm willing to give it a shot.
The Scarface everyone knows is a remake. It was like a movie in the 50s, and then they remade it in the 70s with Al Pacino. So I mean, I guess maybe we'll get it, even better the third time. But I don't know. Antoine Fuqua is not a guy who's made good movies lately. Diego Luna is a pretty good actor. I'm excited for that part. I'm like you, Joseph. I don't have really an affinity for the original. I know some people, are willing to put it like on a giant poster on their wall.
Yeah, I love the scene where in the beginning where he goes into the room and the guy's with a chainsaw and it just turns into a firefight. And this is in Miami. The remake's supposed to be in Los Angeles, and so I think the update's going to be in L.A. I don't know. It's very 80s, though. You're right. It doesn't hold up as well.
When it happens, I'll believe it. Yeah. But he's like the 9th person to be attached to that film. In fact, and I think he's been attached to it once prior already to direct it, and nothing has come of it. I think people are actually, as much as they want to make it because they think it'll sell, I think they're
time
afraid.
Might not be time to make this.
That's so true.
Yeah, this might not be the time for more violence from that. Wreck-It Ralph 2, if you guys want to... You have anything else about Scarface?
No.
So the next thing is Wreck-It Ralph 2 came out with a new trailer. I think
it's the first trailer. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, well, they had like teaser trailers coming up to this one.
But I think you're right. The first full trailer.
Right.
That movie comes out in November, I believe. So I think it's a Thanksgiving movie.
I love the first one.
Yeah, I dig the first one.
See, I haven't seen the first one.
Really?
What?
Yeah, I need to watch the first one. I wasn't in a movie theater working when that came out, and I never watch kid movies, so I think it's something I need to watch before the second one. Because I hear it's about video games, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you've played any video games in the past, 20 years, or 30 years.
You'll see Easter eggs. I mean, like Sonic the Hedgehog, I believe, pops up in the first one, and one of the main characters, or I guess she's not a main character, one of the supporting characters is totally like a Halo ripoff. I mean, it's fun.
It looks good, I don't know, you guys... I know it's supposed to make fun of the internet, from what I read.
I hate the title. Ralph Breaks the Internet is awful to me, but I mean, again, I'll watch it. I like the first one. I have kids, so I'm the target audience. I'm sure, but
get ready for.
I don't have hard. The trailer didn't make me have
No.
I didn't dislike it, but I also wasn't super excited for it. It just it's more Wreck-It Ralph. So.
Yeah.
I do think animation is the right medium for John C. Reilly, who I generally like, but for whatever reason, I just don't think he clicks as well.
Yeah,
face acting than I think he does. He doesn't come off as affable in person as he does as an animated character.
Yeah, I would say Wreck-It Ralph is probably his most likable character in a long time. I miss when John C. Reilly was a dramatic actor. Like in The Aviator and other movies that he did where he wasn't Will Ferrell's sidekick.
He's in The Aviator?
Yes, he is.
That's the Howard Hughes movie, right?
Yeah, you probably don't remember it because it was 5 hours long and it was
it's real. And I watched it
Martin
once.
Scorsese's worst movie.
Yeah,
I have it on Blu-ray.
I remember Leonardo just walking around in a room full of jars of pee.
Yeah, that happens.
Wreck-It Ralph 2. Get ready for some net neutrality jokes. I definitely think that's coming. There's rumors going around that Chris Hemsworth is going to star in a Men in Black spinoff.
Yeah, I think spinoff would be the appropriate word.
I think Chris Hemsworth, I said I didn't like Ghostbuster earlier in this podcast, but I do like Chris Hemsworth's performance in Ghostbusters.
He's hilarious.
He's got comedic chops, man.
Yeah,
I think he could do it.
I think he should only strictly be a comedic actor from this point on. Like, he is very funny. And I think Men in Black is a franchise that, I don't know, the third one had a lot of jokes, and I don't know that it worked as well as maybe the first two, but it just needs something different. I think it's a franchise that is definitely worth making movies about. I enjoy the first three, but you can keep doing new characters, you can keep doing new aliens. Like, there's no reason, I guess, to not make it.
I mean, like, it's a great concept. It's a fun idea, like this aliens hidden in plain sight kind of idea. So, I mean, it really you just need to go in a new direction.
Yeah. He's a good lead for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's he going to do now that his Marvel contract's up?
Yeah, he's very likable.
Not work out so much, hopefully.
I hope he re-ups at Marvel. I couldn't see another Thor.
I think
unless you go Jane Foster.
If Taika Waititi agrees to do Thor 4, I think Chris Hemsworth would come back for that.
Maybe.
But I would anticipate you won't see him as Thor again.
Yeah, I think we're rapidly approaching mass exodus.
I think that's what Infinity War is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll definitely touch on that. I would say, Chris Hemsworth, though, I think, like I said last week, I mean, Thor Ragnarok's my favorite Marvel movie of last year, and he sells that movie. Mm-hmm. Like, in that Hulk scene, we're friends from work.
Yeah, that was a great line.
Yeah, I mean, they ruined it in the trailer, but that line would have been great in the movie. And then, like you guys were mentioning, Avengers is moving up to April 27th. That movie's going to be huge, so to speak.
The reveal of that was pretty cool, too. Like, it was like a back and forth. They revealed in, like, a new poster, and they tagged people in it, and Robert Downey Jr. was like, hey, this is cool. Like, can I invite some people to the movie? And, I don't know, it was like, they listed, like, different... It went back and forth for a while, like, listing different people, and then it was just like, why don't we just invite everybody? And then the new poster showed the release date moving up a week, and it's just Marvel, I think, riding the coattails of Black Panther being the success that it is, which I think it crossed 500 million domestic this weekend, or will. And then the other part is they have a history of just releasing their movies in Europe a week early, and the States get a week later. And I really feel like with this film, they're going to try to contain as many spoilers as possible because that's why they won't even reveal the name of the fourth Avengers movie.
Right?
Is I think there's going to be some pretty big reveals in Infinity War.
I'm so stoked about that.
Yeah,
man.
I can't wait.
I feel like at this point we're just biding our time until Infinity War.
Yeah, I don't even know what movies come out between now and then. Like I know there are some that I probably want to see, but it doesn't matter. It's just
Pacific Rim Uprising.
You're the only one.
No, I'm going to go see that with you.
I liked the first one, but I'm not super excited for this one.
I think Infinity War I think it's going to be great. I think them opening day and date, they're going to try and set the opening gross worldwide record, try and get that headline. Spoilers, this is what I think is going to happen. And I think that it's going to end with a lot of people dying. Probably Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, three of them or one of the three. I think the second one's called Infinity Gauntlet. They're going to be stuck with, like, the time stone. I think they're going to be going back and forth through the Marvel universe, and you're going to see Captain America. They're going to travel back to different points in the reality of to get the different gems.
I think it
ends in ruin though, and the second one's called Infinity Gauntlet because one of them or a couple of them are left with the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's a time traveling kind of movie.
Yeah, I heard the time travel was going to be involved, but I've also heard that what people are interpreting to be time travel is that at the beginning of Civil War, how he has the
vision.
Tony Stark has the thing that lets him replay his memories.
Oh, yeah.
That those shots that people are saying that look like they're referencing are actually Tony going back, playing through like how did we get to this point? So I don't know.
Could happen.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. Yeah, I heard Infinity. The girl who plays Gamora,
Zoe Saldana. She said Infinity Gauntlet,
and I think that makes sense because that's the reverse of the comic book. I think the first part's Infinity Gauntlet, the second part's Infinity War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but we'll see. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be.
I think we're all pretty pumped.
Absolutely, and I absolutely agree. I think
you guys got any predictions?
I think someone will die in this movie. I think the major deaths will come in the next one. I don't know. It could be wrong, but
you guys think there's a
I definitely think Chris Evans, Captain America, Steve Rogers dies.
Agreed.
That's my one, for sure death.
Agreed.
It looks like it's in Wakanda. You guys think there's a soul stone in maybe the heart of that mountain?
I'm glad you brought that up
Heart of the
because
mountain.
I feel real dumb because I got like halfway there when in the last one because somebody else talked about it's very obvious that the soul stone is like what's causing the heart-shaped plants to grow.
Yeah.
That's where that power comes from.
Oh.
Because you notice whenever he eats it and goes to the spiritual plane, whatever. The
purple.
only other whatever. The only other people that are there are the other Black Panthers, which are the only other people who have eaten supposedly
so smart.
the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah.
And so like it's very
And that
clear.
is a soul kind of world.
It's very clear to me that is a product of the soul stone.
That is very interesting.
And it also would make sense to why vibranium can do a lot of what it can do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all in that same area.
Right.
The only thing I've heard, and that is nowhere near that clever, is there was a piece of promo art that came out with all 6 stones on it, and inside the stone was a picture of basically each character and what like the movie was related to. Like Thor is in the
Red one.
Yeah, what was it? The Power Stone.
We don't know
The
which one that one is. I'm pretty sure the purple
Power
one is the
Stone's
power
purple.
stone.
I think that's the reality gem.
Okay, sure. I don't remember. The Power
okay.
Stone is the one from Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yep,
I think.
purple
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So the one that was in the Soul Stone was Tony Stark. And I feel like when I read the article that had the image in it, I thought it was really just they were saying basically the 6 main Avenger characters is more so how I understood it versus it relaying to that specific character. But the other ones did match up. But I don't know. You're not gonna not have Robert Downey Jr. in a piece of.
It would
promo
just
art.
make too much sense because the trailers show there's a big war in Wakanda, and it looks like Thanos' ships with his armies are landing. It looks like an assault to get it, and that's where like the mid fight's going to be.
Yeah,
But who knows?
Wakanda's going to play a big part in the movie. You know, you talk about Okoye being in that.
Yeah.
M'Baku is in that scene as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's running behind him.
I've been rewatching a lot of that movie this week, and M'Baku is so good. And Chadwick Boseman, he gets overshadowed the first time I watched it by Michael B. Jordan, I think. He's really good in that movie.
Yeah, no, the whole
It's-
cast
it's
is great.
really,
it's
really
it's
good.
hard. Like I try to rank my favorite parts of it, and I just feel like that does a disservice to like
Yeah, it's
most
all
of the
good.
cast because they're all good in it.
Yep,
But
it's all
right,
good.
let's keep going.
So this is something that is kind of funny, but I guess a set photo leaked of Zachary Levi in the Shazam costume. I don't know much about Shazam. It's a movie. It's a DC character.
Yep.
It's going to be part of the Superman universe, extended universe. Supposedly, everything we've heard at least.
Yeah, from what I understand though, this one's being made by New Line, I think. Like
Really?
it's not
a WB.
Warner Brothers. Like it's one of their like subsequent companies they
Right,
purchased,
absolutely.
but it won't have a Warner Brothers name on it. From
Interesting.
What I understand. Yeah. So I'm a little curious to see if it actually does tie in. But no, the costume looks bad.
Oh no, it's 100%. It looks like a cheap muscle suit you buy at Halloween on the last day. Something.
You cast Zachary Levi, who I'm on board with being the character of Shazam.
Sure.
But you cast him 6 weeks before you start shooting for a
Right.
character who's supposed to be the size of Superman.
Correct. Literally the only person that is the size of that, like what that character is
He
supposed
needs
to
to
be.
be on that Michael B. Jordan exercise routine.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but Michael B. Jordan had like 9 months
Yeah.
to get ready for Killmonger. Zachary Levi had 6 weeks. And from what I understand, he put on 20 pounds of muscle, but it's... You just...
Yeah.
You're not going to get to that size in 6
No.
weeks. You can't do it. So the
I'm-
suit has to be padded.
I'm curious to see.
Yeah.
It's very clearly
very clear
and,
that-
and,
CGI will clean that up.
and
though.
yeah, no, and that's entirely not fair
Yeah.
because we were seeing an unedited
Yeah, it'll get
set
cleaned
photo
up.
of his backside,
of
too.
his backside, and I mean, if we did an unedited picture of like Planet of the Apes, it's just a bunch of people in fucking dot suits. So
No, true.
anything can happen.
Yeah.
But to me, just on like a size of like their necks, I feel like when we see The Rock fighting Zachary Levi,
Yeah.
it's not going to work.
No, well, The Rock's not in it. He's not. It's not Black Adam.
Oh, this Black Adam's not in it.
Black
No,
Adam's
it's
not.
Oh.
Mark Strong plays the villain. in this one.
Dr. Sinerva, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know the character.
So what the fuck is
The Rock's
Rock
going to be the
casting?
bad guy in Suicide Squad too.
Well, so
Anti-hero.
they made they decided on the character of Black Adam a long time ago because they wanted to pull the Rock in
That's
early
fair.
on, and from my understanding, I guess he had the choice of like 3 characters: Lobo, Black Adam, and Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. And he didn't want to do Green Lantern because they had already been one. He wanted to do one that hadn't been done before, and eventually came to the conclusion that he wanted to do Black Adam. Which is basically the Scorpion King with powers. I think he's like an old Egyptian ruler who was also had the powers of Shazam.
Yep.
became immortal. And from what I understand, he wanted his own movie. So he's not going to be in the Shazam movie. They're going to make a Black Adam movie where he's kind of like an anti-hero. And they're going to use, the rumor is they're going to use Suicide Squad 2 as the way to introduce him.
See, I feel like we talked about this before this podcast started when that news came out in the first place. I fundamentally disagree with that choice just because I don't see The Rock as the anti-hero. The whole point of the Shazam character is it's a 10-year-old boy who can transform into Superman essentially at will. But he's still got, he has the wisdom of Solomon, but somewhere deep down he's got the brain of a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And so to get a person who's jacked enough to play Shazam, but also be able to portray kind of that childhood innocence and enthusiasm and stuff. The Rock's perfect for that.
Yeah, he could have been.
And
Shazam.
I just don't know why he didn't go that route. I think that's a better cast for him.
Well, it's Shazam's traditionally white. I don't know. He's Samoan.
But he's the most ethnically ambiguous person. He can play literally anything.
But that probably had a factor in it. But it shouldn't. Honestly, when you start talking cast in movies, The Rock, we want to cast in every.
I don't want to cast him in everything.
That's how it ends up.
But I agree with Joseph. That character he could do well. Back to the costume, I am excited that they're kind of going the more Justice League War, with like the hood and he's got the cape, because he doesn't always traditionally have that. Even, was it Kingdom Come, where I believe it's in Kingdom Come, the comic book, and Shazam and Superman fight quite a bit, and he plays a pretty big part in the storyline. Like, that's where that suit kind of comes from. Alex Ross is the illustrator. He did it, and that stuff is, it's a good looking character, and that's the right suit to take inspiration from. It just, will they clean it up in CGI, and is it really going to work in live action?
Right.
Based on the first image, no.
Yeah.
The Shazam costume is worse than Transformers.
The little kid is from Stranger Things.
Is he?
It's one of the.
Is it Finn Wolfhard?
No.
I think
not
it's the
Finn
taller
Wolfhard.
one. Oh, I wish we could. I don't know. It's one of the ones from Stranger Things. Is going to be the 10-year-old Shazam kid. But I don't know which one. But like Joseph said, he starts off. He's a 10-year-old kid a lot of the times, and he just transforms into a superhero.
Right.
So he'll play a role. Probably not a big role, but
Jack Grazer. He was in It.
Oh god.
Yeah, he played.
The
He was
Stranger
Eddie.
Things kids and the It kids can be
Finn Wolfhard is in both.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, he plays a sickly one in it.
Okay, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. Unless you guys have anything else about
No.
The last bit of news we have is Quentin Tarantino announced his 9th movie. I think it is.
Sounds right.
He's doing 10 and he's retiring supposedly.
I think that counts Kill Bill as one movie.
Yeah, I have no
I
clue,
don't know.
but yeah,
We have to look. But I know he said he's retiring at 10, but who knows? Anyway, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the name of it, and it's going to star Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, which I think has a lot of people excited about. It has me excited, I guess.
I love, and it's going to be about
not Tom Cruise, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio. And,
I don't think Tom Cruise ended up.
No, he was one of the ones that was rumored.
Did I say
early
Tom
on.
Cruise?
You did, but no, that's fair. So
Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Not Tom Cruise. And it's going to be around the Sharon Tate Manson murders in some capacity, revolve around.
Yeah, I wonder if we're kind of building up that side of it more than what's actually going to be in it. But
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the background.
Yeah,
and it's going to be its own thing.
I'm so curious because I love Tarantino movies, and it's slightly different cast than I feel like he usually goes for.
Really? Because they've both been in his movies before.
Have they?
They both shown in his Leonardo DiCaprio's Django is amazing.
And Brad Pitt and Inglourious Basterds.
Oh shit, you're right.
I think
it's not out the box there. Never
those
mind.
would probably be my favorite roles by both of them.
What's exciting about both of those being in the movie together is one, I think they're both very good actors, and it's just cool that they're going to do a film together.
They never have before. Right?
As far as I know, I'm not going to six links from Kevin Bacon it, but are you trying to do it?
I'm
now?
thinking about it.
Yeah, both of them probably have given some of their better performances in Tarantino movies.
You would have thought Leo was in the Ocean's movies.
Yeah, right. It seemed like a good choice.
Yeah.
But keep going. No, you're right.
No, so yeah.
Put him in instead of Matt Damon.
I hate Matt Damon in those movies. No, it's a good setting for a Tarantino movie too. So
yeah.
He's kind of had some bad PR lately. So
sure,
this kind of sets it right.
Yeah,
I'm fine skipping it and just going to the Tarantino Star Trek movie, which I guess is going to be his 10th one.
And the other one is the other bit of news that we should have said is the girl from Wolf of Wall Street, Margaret Robbie, is cast as Sharon Tate.
Is she really?
Yes,
I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
Yes. That is a good choice.
Yes. So that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he didn't pick Uma Thurman after the news.
Yeah, they're not. They're
on the outs.
From what I understand, they're cool with the whole thing, and he's the one who gave her the footage. But it's probably a really sensitive subject.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, you don't want to come back to that.
That's all the news.
You guys want to move into the Annihilation review?
Annihilation. I believe Ian and I saw this movie.
Yeah, I did not
last week, and you did not. So we're just going to tell you about it.
Correct. I'm interested to hear it. I am a big fan of the director's previous work.
Right.
Guy made Ex Machina.
Right. His name is Alex Garland.
That's his name.
He directed Ex Machina. He also, I think we talked about it last week, he wrote The Beach, the novel, which was adapted into a Danny Boyle film.
He didn't write the screenplay, though. He just wrote the novel.
Correct.
Okay.
But he also wrote the screenplay for Dread, for 28 Days Later.
Oh, yeah. I like both of those movies.
For Never Let Me Go, I think is what it's called.
Dread's underrated.
It's essentially a more depressing version of Michael Bay's The Island.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard of it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, it's really good. But
I've never seen The Island.
It's not a good movie.
It's not good. It is one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. Though.
Really?
Like, it's just fun. It's like
That's
very
got,
stylized. I think it came out before Transformers, and you could definitely see where Transformers came from.
Well, yeah. Well, he steals
shots, right?
Exactly
Yeah.
the shots, and just inserts a transformer from the chase scene in the island.
There are
into
scenes where like
Transformers.
the sun is setting over the desert, and there's a road, and they're like driving in cars, and it is straight beat for beat. Like you would put that in a Transformers movie.
No, I mean, I don't even mean that he like reshot it.
I know he just stole it.
It's the exact footage inserted Transformer.
No, I'm just
He
saying
liked
the
it that much.
feel versus
that's
like
fair.
it feels like a
That's
Transformers.
got Obi-Wan
movie.
in it, right?
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
and ScarJo, I think.
Yeah, I think Scarlett Johansson's the other one. But either way, back to Annihilation.
Yeah,
What'd you guys think, Joseph? You want to start us off, or do you think Ian would be better?
I think
Which one of you has a more positive opinion of the movie?
I think it's me over time.
Then let's go with you. Let's start with you.
I feel like we need to go through a synopsis, and I'm bad at synopsis. Do you think you could just give a basic idea of how this movie starts? Oh, by the way, hang on, before we get started, this is an all spoilers review, just because one, I don't think we'd be able to get into anything substantial without going all spoilers, and two, the fact that the trailer shows you nothing, so almost anything about the story is at some level a spoiler.
I hate that I'm doing this
And
fucking
I have diarrhea in
podcast.
the mouth. Spoilers just come out sometimes, guys. I'm sorry about that.
You're fine.
So Annihilation, it takes place in the beginning. They show a meteor hits Earth, and then it hits a lighthouse somewhere in, I think, South Florida.
So like the Everglades?
Yeah, it's swampland. And this bubble kind of thing that's like
It's like a translucent bubble.
bubble they call the shimmer starts forming. And it slowly expands. And then you kind of pick up 3 years later, and it's like Natalie Portman's the main character. She's a scientist, ex-military, and she's married to Oscar Isaac, who's military. I guess that's how they met. And he goes on a mission, and he doesn't come back.
Inside the shimmer.
Correct.
She doesn't know that.
Well, she doesn't know that.
But you're right.
The-
That's where he went, and she finds that out.
One of the first scenes in the movie is him reappearing.
Yep.
And that's
Is it like an immediate thing? Like he disappears and then comes back, or is it like
it's been for her a year. So he's been gone for a year.
Yeah,
And he just shows up at her doorstep and doesn't really remember a lot, can't tell her a lot, and he starts going into cardiac arrest. He starts getting sick, and he has to go in an ambulance, and he's on life support.
Is there a history of people going missing on the shimmer?
Well, the thing is, no one's ever come back out. A lot of people have gone in, no one's ever come out.
So with that backstory, she gets taken to the shimmer.
Right.
A secret government black site now is around it, and they're watching it, and it's slowly getting bigger and bigger.
Right, and nobody else. I mean, they're keeping it like a real lockdown secret. And yeah, when we say it's slowly getting bigger, I mean it's like inches a day, but it's radially just like growing out. And like I said, anybody that goes in or anything that goes in has never come back out of it.
Yeah. So and they're going to send in at some point. She meets a couple characters. One's Jennifer Jason Leigh. We'll call her psychiatrist because I don't know their names. Natalie Portman is scientist.
And that's one of the things we're going to touch on. But this movie has a lot of flaws.
And the other three, one's big strong lady.
Look, it literally.
One's Tessa Thompson, who would be what is she?
It doesn't. She's
biologist.
Tessa Thompson's in this
she's
movie?
in this movie.
She's biologist lady. They're all scientists, and then one's ex-army lady.
I just want to pause on that just for a second. Tessa Thompson has become a pretty big star. She's been in quite a few movies.
Yeah.
She's not advertised at all.
Well, nothing's advertised about this
you
movie.
would think, okay, you see Natalie Portman and Jason Isaacs in it. You would think that, I mean, a fairly large actress.
Yeah.
You would try to include her in some capacity.
And going back to our podcast first episode, the first thing I do when she comes on screen, I go to Joseph and go, she's pretty hot for a black girl. So anyway, they're sending in all women because they've been sending in men, they haven't been coming back.
Right.
So then they go into the Shimmer, and you want to take it from there?
So Ian and I had different opinions on it immediately coming out. He enjoyed the first like 2/3 of the movie a little bit more, and I really liked the last third, which was really interesting, and we'll get into it. But the idea is essentially once they get into the Shimmer, pretty much anything that's within that field, the Shimmer, the alien force, whatever, is messing with their genetics. It's messing with the cells of everything. It's breaking it down into like the smallest.
The term they use is refracted.
Right. Which upon like ruminating on this movie and figuring out how I feel about it, I realized this is just a gritty reboot of the movie Evolution from the late 90s.
I love that
with
movie.
David Duchovny.
I love that movie.
It's essentially exactly the same movie.
Yeah. That is a big meteor hits the Earth, and then there's like,
Yeah, no, and then things are just like evolving dramatically.
Yeah, so basically, like animals are blending with plants, who are blending with humans. So you're getting like these plants that look like they're in the shape of a human, and that just like the outline, and it's just growing that way.
Yeah, there's like weird animal amalgamations.
They see these, like this deer that have like instead of having antelope, they
antlers.
have like antlers. They have like big leaves coming out of them.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of like mixing, and it's I guess all the genes.
Is it like a terraforming?
No, they don't really go into like what
why?
it is. But I will tell you, I didn't think this. I knew it was going to be a sci-fi movie. I didn't think it was going to be as like scary as it was. It was a lot.
And that was what I liked about it. It's very disjointed. The first 2/3 are almost more sci-fi horror.
Yeah, there's a lot of like body horror and like that kind of stuff that I wasn't expecting.
One of them is they get chased by an alligator who's crossed with a shark. Kind of thing.
Cool.
There's a bit where they stumble on some footage of like previous soldiers who had been in, and they like cut open one of the soldiers, and his intestines is like turned into a snake inside of his body.
Gross.
It is terrifying.
Yeah. Oh my god!
It's like slithering around and around, and they're just
his
looking
intestines.
At it. And the guy's still alive.
Gosh.
He's looking at it. Yeah.
Woo. No, thank you.
Yeah. And they just people start going crazy in there. And then my favorite scene, and so one of them gets killed by this bear, and it's in the dark. They don't know where it's at. So then the other girl's going crazy. We called her Strong Girl. She ties up the rest because, everyone starts losing it a little bit in there. And she hears the dead girl outside, and she runs to her.
And she says, like, I thought you said she was dead. I didn't see she's alive.
She's basically thinking the other soldiers killed this girl, but really a bear killed her. And so she hears her outside. She runs out there, and you realize the bear, when it roars now, sounds like the human it killed.
Whoa.
So it's like sounds like a human when it's roaring, and she runs into this bear who kills it, and then the bear comes in the house. And it's like got the skull of a human.
Oh yeah.
And like the face, so it's like the face of a human skull, and then it's like a bear, and it's just like not roaring, but it's like talking.
It was like screaming. It was just like it's like the screams of agony when she was getting killed by the bear.
Whoa.
It's horrifying.
It's a really cool idea.
I mean, I don't know if you guys are trying to sell me on the movie, but I kind of want to see it less.
So that was, and then it goes. But anyway, a couple make it to the lighthouse.
Right. Well, and that's
where the meteor crashes. Right.
Right. Yeah. And I'll say one of the things that one of the things I would have done to improve this movie up to this point is I don't think any of the other characters needed to be in it. Any of the other 4 women that she went in with, because I'd say the biggest problem with this movie is, so it was apparently adapted from a novel. I have not read the novel, but it feels very bad novel-y. Like just the character, the character development, like the character archetypes, the dialogue are just.
It's supposedly the first of 3 books. Too.
Is it really? Yeah.
But, he only read the first book when he made the movie.
Yeah, they're very trite. They're very like they're terrible. They're awful. Yeah. And so I think if you did instead of that, if you did Natalie Portman goes in because her husband went in, came out, whatever the reason is, and kind of have like a Revenant experience where she's experiencing all these things by herself and reacts to them, and you take out all those elements of, again, the bad characters that I just feel like those took me out of the cool, because the visuals are cool, the idea is really cool, like
the writing's awful.
The writing's really awful.
The writing's bad.
Do you think it could work better as a book because there's more time to develop those characters?
Potentially. Yeah. I think when you're reading it, you can probably make it sound better in your head than, it doesn't come off as badly as it does when it's actually spoken out loud.
There's a couple lines that Jennifer Jason Leigh gives that are like cringeworthy.
Yeah, they're really bad.
I had to look at you like, come on now. It was really bad.
I really like the concept because I think the whole idea of breaking it down to a cellular level and like your cells are betraying you kind of thing is like it's very invasive and it's frightening.
Yeah.
And
It's like you're getting sick, kind of.
right, and so I really like the concept as a whole. And so then we get to the lighthouse scene where Natalie Portman's character actually gets to the lighthouse, which is where the meteor crashed in the first place.
And that's been their destination the entire time.
Correct. That's where they're trying
Is she the first person to make it that far?
Everyone else is dead. Jennifer Jason Leigh, she ran off the night before because she just wanted to get there.
Yeah.
So you don't know what happened to her, and Natalie Portman's walking up.
And realistically, she's kind of irrelevant, but we can get into it.
I mean, my question being more so, like, as far as we know, documented-wise, in regards to the story, no one else has made it.
Not that we know of. No, yeah.
Yep.
So she goes in and she early on finds like video evidence of essentially it's her husband Jason. Is it Jason Isaac? What's it?
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. That's a different guy. That's Star Trek captain.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac. Essentially going crazy on film and like immolating himself, setting himself on fire and dying. And then like after that happens, someone comes around from the other side of the camera and it's also him. So like you realize that the guy who came out of the shimmer is not the guy that went in. That's like a creation of the shimmer.
So the guy who showed up at Natalie Portman's house in the beginning of the movie wasn't really him.
Yeah, I guess we didn't
and
actually
like
talk
I said,
about
this really this is where when she walks in the lighthouse, it's a different movie.
Yeah,
than the first two
I'm gonna try.
Is that the whole last third is her in the lighthouse?
It's almost
yes.
and I'm gonna try and break down why I think this is like because the rest of the movie did nothing for me. I thought this part of the
besides
movie,
like the jump scare stuff,
right? The jump scares, like the basic concept's good, but like it gets really abstract and bizarre at the end, and I really dug it. It stuck with me since then. So she goes down into like the crater where the meteor actually hit, and some things happen, and eventually she's like face to face with this like ball of it's like a metallic ball of like the aliens being, right? And this is where the movie starts to mess with your head because the soundtrack up to this point has been like pretty chill with some strings, like normal soundtrack, and then suddenly it's just like this thrumming, this mechanical thrumming is just filling up the theater. It's like industrial machinery kind of thrumming as like this thing is like
churning.
It's like a churning, and the thing kind of like absorbs some of her blood that was like she just had a rough time. There's a little blood and so the silvery ball that's in front of her starts morphing and turns into like a silvery metallic smooth humanoid shape that's in front of her, which logically freaks her out. So she like tries to escape. She goes out of the crater and back into the lighthouse, and the creature, the metallic humanoid thing, is up there now, and it's between her and the door. And again, this is where like that thrumming is still going on, and this is where I feel like it starts. It makes you as the viewer confused between this idea of a soundtrack of like a non-diegetic, stuff that we can hear that the characters can't hear, and what's actually happening in the movie, where there's like these weird sounds that are coming on. You're not sure if it's supposed to be the alien communicating or if it's the soundtrack or if it's any of those things. And so Natalie Portman's just trying to get out the door, and every time she moves, the alien humanoid thing like mirrors her in between and is constantly between her and the door. And so it starts this like horrifying but like elegant like dance between her and the humanoid thing, and it turns into like a struggle, and they go to the ground, and she gets knocked out, and it's like dramatic. It's very dramatic, and it's weird, but it's really cool. And then I'm sure I haven't read anything more about this. I'm sure you might have read a little bit more after I did. After they both go to the ground, she gets knocked out. She gets up and like lights a grenade and puts it in the thing's hand, and it mirrors her and grabs her hands. And then at the last second, she leaves it, and the thing like catches on fire, and she runs away and escapes. That's how it looked to me. But then at the end of the movie, you find out that after she escapes, that it's not the her that went in the first place.
So after she escapes, she wakes up and she's out of the thing, and she's talking to BD Wong, and one of my things is BD Wong's
BD Wong's in this movie.
Hey, I like BD Wong too.
And she's like, that the shimmer's gone. Like, what happened in there? So the shimmer went away, and then Oscar Isaac, who or the clone of Oscar Isaac, is suddenly better because he had been on life support as soon as the shimmer died. So then they reunite, and you both see in their eyes that they have the metallic look, or so they're both aliens.
They're both aliens, and so I know.
Then it becomes an alien invasion. The sequel,
that's possibly
or they're just going to live. You don't really know what the alien's point is.
I mean, honestly, that feels very similar to the end of Ex Machina.
Right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I said that to you.
You did say that to me. But you see, that's the part that I was confused about. I'm not sure if it's like if the wrong Natalie Portman got out of it.
Yeah, so
Or
when
if-
I watched it with Joseph, I thought what he thought. I thought that Natalie Portman was able to get this grenade and kill the alien, and that there's this scene where the alien's laying on her, and Joseph made a good point after watching it. It definitely had like rape undertones, and I think maybe he infected her was my thought.
That's kinda
at
what I
that
think.
point. And
So even though one of the important things is when the alien touches her, the alien creature thing touches her, it like takes on her form. So there was a part of me that was thinking maybe that was the one that escaped, but I don't think it was. I think it was exactly that. I think.
But I read some reviews where they go unconscious after that. He like lays on her, and then they wake up, and it could have easily.
It could be anything.
You don't know at that point who was what. So I think it's up to the viewer. But I think what you think. I think it was probably she got infected, and she's not like Oscar Isaac. She's the real clone, I think.
Right.
So
I mean, if it can change your DNA, then
Right.
The infection would be all that it would take. Yep,
that's true too.
But the whole thing, it's a fascinating concept for like 2/3 of it. I don't think it like fully executes to the degree that I feel like it should for the strength of the material. But that last scene in the lighthouse for me, it's just like,
and that just got too weird for me. That's why I didn't like it.
It's very weird.
Sci-fi.
It's very abstract. It's very artistic, and I super fucking dug it. So for that reason alone, along with the fact that I think that the concept and the material is strong, I'm going to say that this movie is better than Transformers.
Yeah, even it has some flaws with the writing and some of the CGI spotty, like that alligator looked fake.
Yeah.
The bear was better, but yeah, I would say a little better than Transformers, not by much.
Man, Ian, you really have pushed things down to the bottom of the Transformers scale.
But better than Transformers.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to see it. It does sound a little more bizarre than I think I was expecting.
It is bizarre. It's more bizarre than we were expecting too.
But I feel like that's kind of been a trend lately in science fiction, especially you talk about the last third. Like, I loved Arrival, but my wife and I watched it together, and she really likes it. But it took her probably 45 minutes of being like, "What just happened?" Like, like you had to think about it and process it.
That movie, I didn't really. I was with Joseph. I think he explained it to me a little bit. That movie was,
it takes some weird turn. In that case, it's very time bendy and stuff like that. Like, it seems like there's been a thing lately in science fiction where we're going to try to make even Inception,
Interstellar too.
Interstellar.
Is Inception a sci-fi? I guess
I
it is.
consider it science fiction.
I don't know
but
what
you
else you
talk-
would classify it as.
You talk about that
Sci-fi action.
people still talk about the ending to Inception. Like, it's just try as hard as you can to make you figure it out on your own, I guess would be the best way to describe it. But
I'd argue that might be my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. Over
Inception?
Yeah, over Dark Knight.
Over Dark Knight, really?
yeah, I'm going Dark Knight.
I'm also going to go Dark Knight,
You
but
like
I
Inception a lot.
you can make a case for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for me, the reason I'm especially willing to feel good is this movie stuck with me.
Yeah.
Like long after I watched it, and it reminded me a lot of a movie by the same guy who did Drive, Nicholas Winding Refn, whatever.
I can't say his name,
I don't know how to whatever. But he made a movie about modeling called Neon Demon.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It is.
And I'm not.
We just talked. We were talking about it last
I'm
week.
not even sure it's a good movie,
Yeah.
but like that movie had an impact on me.
Yeah.
And like I continue to think about it and come back to it, and for that same reason, I feel like the end of this movie and the basic like premise of this movie is going to stick with me, even if
Yeah, you
the
definitely
most of the
walk
movie
out
isn't
of it
great.
thinking.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
That's a good sci-fi movie.
I think I
That's
agree.
What
I
you're
think that's
supposed to be doing in sci-fi.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
I said last week movies that made you think were signs of a good movie, and you were like, eh.
Well, you know what? I can have different opinions this week.
So it matters when it affects when you say it, but when I say it, no.
I'm
Fine.
a completely different person now than I was then. I'm so sorry.
I love that Jones said it reminded me of the end of Ex Machina because Joseph was like, "No, motherfucker, it doesn't."
I mean, I'm going off your explanation of it, but yeah,
Well,
I mean,
look,
I'm going to see it.
As we talk about it,
I was like, it's kind of like when Ava runs off, you think she could either take off with the world or just hide. You don't really know.
100%. So yeah, no, okay, fair enough. It
Yeah.
is. It's similar.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll probably wait till it's on video. But what else you guys see lately? Or anything you want to talk about?
The only thing I watched Red Sparrow, and it was as bad as you guys thought it was going to be.
Good.
Yeah, it's really graphic.
I hate when I'm right.
I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence, I don't know. She takes weird roles sometimes.
She does take.
I still love her, but
She's been
I think
on a
she should be
trend
more,
lately.
I think she should be more picky sometimes. But yeah, especially with the whole
I think the opposite.
Putin and then it's not a movie for right now because she's Russian all the way.
Yeah.
You know, it's movie's not going to do money, and
No.
and it's really it's not not good. And like I thought maybe a Black Widow movie, but it hypes up like the sexual violence end of it way too much. So not good. That's the only thing I've watched.
Yeah, I watched a few movies from last year that I didn't get the chance to see. I saw Logan Lucky, which was fun. I mean, I'll probably never watch it again, and I'm going to say it's worse than Transformers. I love the Ocean's movies, and it definitely
it's a hillbilly poor man's Ocean's 11.
But I didn't.
I like
really,
Adam Driver. He has one arm.
Yeah,
is that a reason to like somebody?
Yeah, he's very emo. He's very emo in that movie.
He's pretty funny in it. He plays a pretty straight face, but
Daniel Craig steals that movie though.
I thought Daniel Craig was horrible.
Yeah,
I did not enjoy
blonde
it.
hillbilly.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to sound American.
The whole subplot with his daughter and stuff. Like, I mean, he's trying to make you care, but I just didn't.
I would put it above Transformers, but it's not. It's nothing special.
Now, what I did watch, what was great, and I wish I had seen it before our Oscar preview or whatever, was The Big Sick. That movie is great. It is. I really, really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, it's Kumail Nanjiani. He plays himself. It's how he met his wife. They had dated a while and they broke up. And he got a call one night in the middle of the night that she was in the hospital and she needed somebody to sit with him. And so he shows up and he ends up signing as if he were her husband to put her in a medically induced coma, and which they don't ever talk about in the movie, but I feel like is illegal.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. And then her parents show up, which is Ray Romano and
Helen Hunt?
No, not Helen Hunt.
Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter. Yeah, and they basically it's them spending time together. There's a secondary plot of how his family would react. He's Pakistani, and he moved here when he was like a teenager, and how his family would react with him dating a white girl. Because the whole movie they're trying to set him up with Pakistani girls and do an arranged marriage, and he's not about it. It's very good. I highly recommend it. Definitely better than Transformers.
I mean, I love Kumail Nanjiani. I love Holly Hunter. And,
God, I love Holly Hunter,
right?
Man. She's not in enough stuff.
Agreed.
Her like Southern intense woman is perfect.
It's amazing. And yeah, I'm not opposed to Ray Romano. How was Ray Romano in this?
He's good, man. Like he has an interesting role because Holly Hunter's very like wears the pants in their relationship. So he kind of just like is. This,
I think that's the role of anybody that's in a relationship with Holly Hunter.
That's very true. He's like this 50-year-old dude who him and his wife are struggling and they're put in this awful situation with their daughter, and he's just trying to figure it out. Like he's just trying to get through it. And his relationship with Kumail Nanjiani is pretty funny. And I mean, I really do think he's pretty good in it. I don't have a complaint. I really enjoyed it. There is a joke, and it's probably in the trailer, but when they first like meet him and they're talking to him, they're sharing a sandwich, and Ray Romano just like looks at him straight face, and he goes like, "So, what about 9/11?" And Kumail Nanjiani's like, 9/11. I mean, I hate it. It's horrible. We lost 19 of our best guys. And it is. I mean, I laughed for probably 12 minutes. Like it is so funny. And of course, those two are just blank face staring him down. He's like, got it. 9/11, not something to joke about. Cool. But it really is. It's on Amazon Prime. Check it out.
That sounds really good. I want to check that out. I finally got the chance to see 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Is it as good as everyone makes it out to be?
It's not. It's good. I really enjoyed it. I think what's her face, Frances McDormand. Is really really good. Like she is just seething mad the whole fucking movie, and just the various levels on which it gets like let out and the way that she shows it manifested is really really good. I love Sam Rockwell. I don't actually think it's like his best role, but I think it's one of his best characters. Same thing with Woody Harrelson. I think it's a good character, but I don't think it's his best performance. And that's the thing. It's a good movie. Everybody's solid. Frances McDormand is excellent, but I don't know. I feel like it should have clicked with me more than it actually did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's way better than Transformers. And I like it. I feel like it does a really good job of examining some of like the dark sides of like, love and vulnerability and the way that opening yourself up to that allows for different kinds of hurt and the way that kind of manifests. And I think it does that really well. But again, it just like as a movie, it didn't connect with me as much as I anticipated.
Yeah.
And then I also saw Black Panther again this week. And
Did it live up?
It was absolutely equally as good the second time.
I watched Mute.
Oh, I watched 20 minutes of Mute.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get farther.
It's not good.
That's Duncan Jones, right?
Okay, so here's my biggest complaint with Mute, and this is even true in the first 20 minutes. There is a storyline about Alexander Skarsgård, and there's a storyline about Paul Rudd, and they kind of tie together, but for 90% of the movie, they are not at all related. And you're spending equal... I mean, they're related because they know each other. Like, Alexander Skarsgård is a bartender at a bar that Paul Rudd goes to. That's your connection.
Really?
Yeah. There's more later on, but for the majority of the film, you have these two characters you're spending equal screen time with whose stories aren't super connected, and I don't know why. Like, I don't feel like it's, two parts of the same rope, or, what I mean? Like, it just doesn't, nothing pulls it together. Paul Rudd is funny in it. And what's Jennifer Aniston's husband? Justin Theroux? He's weird, like this weird Hawkeye character in it. That's the whole time that's what I was thinking. I was like, he's Hawkeye.
The MASH Hawkeye.
Yeah, MASH Hawkeye. Not, I feel, you're right. I have to distinguish for today's audience. But
we're not in the fucking 70s.
People don't know a lot of MASH growing up. But it just, it's not good. It's unfortunate how bad it is.
Yeah, it's really rare for me to just turn off a movie. But I made it 20 minutes in, and I was like, this is not going to get better from here.
Yeah.
And so I watched Beer Fest instead, and that was fun.
Yeah, Beer Fest is good times.
Beer Fest is funny.
Yeah. So that's it.
I'll skip it then.
I think that's about it.
Yep. Do we know what we're doing?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think we have a plan for next week.
Okay.
We should probably figure that out.
All right.
But stay
we'll come up
tuned.
with something super fun and interesting.
We will come up with the best content you've ever fucking heard in your life.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
It'll be great. So yeah, thanks for listening in, guys. If you like this, please subscribe and rate on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or whatever you listen to this on. It really helps us out. We're really just trying to get out there, trying to get more listeners. Even more important, if you like it and you think you know somebody else who likes it, please tell them, because I think most people who listen to podcasts that other people recommend to them more than anything.
Correct.
But if you have any questions about what we talked about, any comments, any things you think we should cover, you can reach us at betterthantransformers@gmail.com. You can also shoot us a question on Twitter at BTTransformers or on Facebook at BTTransformers, I think, also.
Yep.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one.
Welcome back to Better or Worse Than Transformers. Hang on. We'll start over again.
I panicked. I was like, you started right when I started drinking my water.
It takes me a minute anyway.